Hey guys, uh, we're back. I read your manga recommendations. And honestly, they were all pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. They were all really good. Except for one. Um, they were all super good. Now, I have more manga recommendations that I read, but they're coming, or that I haven't read yet, because they're in the mail right now and they'll be coming soon. What are those manga recommendations? There's three main ones: Naruto, Bakuman, and Your Name. Um, they're in the mail right now, and it'll just take a little bit. But I was thinking, you know what? Let me just share these. And I'll get it over with. You know what I mean? Like, these, I've all read. I have, whatever. I've read them all. And I'll probably just... Sorry, I don't know if you can tell, I'm very sick. Like, I'm very congested. But, we stick through it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share what I thought about each series. And I'm going to rank them. Worst from best. So we're going to start off with the worst. And we'll end the video with the best. Let's just start off with the first volume. Also, most of these I've only read the first volume. Some of these I've read multiple volumes. Actually, when I mean some of these, I mean one series. And then another series, it was literally just a one-shot, so I guess I finished it. But the first volume, and this wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Dark Gathering. It was good. I didn't get much out of it, honestly. It's just kind of boring, honestly. Like, there's way too much text. The art it's good, but it's not impressive or anything. The character designs are okay. The only thing that really stands out is the horror. The horror is actually pretty good. It's not anything amazing. I've read better horror series in my day, but it's still good. And there are some really creepy parts. Like, there's one part where the main girl, here we go, yeah. This panel right here kind of scared me a bit. You love fear? That kind of scared me a little bit. That kind of scared me. I didn't really like that very much. But other than that, it looks pretty, it's pretty good, honestly. It's good. Like, I'm not, also, all these volumes are going to be in my reading log. So, you're kind of getting a sneak peek to my reading log, basically. But yeah, I've been enjoying it, so, I guess I'll just keep at it, just keep reading. And then we'll see where it goes from there. Next volume. This video might be pretty short, I don't know. I only have 7 series here. But they're all pretty good, I'm telling you. Next, we have JJK, or Jujutsu Kaisen, Volume 1. This one was pretty good too. Honestly, the action is super well paced. It is super fluid, well paced. The art is really, really good. Excuse me. The art is really, really cool. The powers are super cool. There's one guy who can create dogs, and he has his hands like this or some shit like that. It's some cool shit, but it's like this or something like that, or it's something like that. Super, super cool. There's another girl who fights with hammers and nails, which is super sick. Honestly, my only main problem, the main character is just pretty boring right now. He's just he eats the finger, right? And then he is basically possessed, learns that he's gonna get executed eventually, and he's just shit, okay. But I did really like his relationship with his grandpa, and how his grandpa kind of made him what's it called? Made him what's it called? Make him do better and be a better person. I like that, but I don't know. There's too much against the main character right now. There's too much where I don't really care as much. He kind of just feels like a boring person in general, So, not much going for him there. Next. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you can tell. I'm dying right now. I'm actually dying. Next, we have Jungle Juice. This is a manhwa, actually. This was... Actually, I only got 6 recommendations from the comments or whatever, right? And I was like, I was talking to my friend, and I was like, hey, you know, if you could give me some recommendations, that'd be great. It's like, sure, read Jungle Juice. I'm like, okay. So I read it. I started the manga, and the main dude was like, I'm super popular, and that's all that matters. I was like, it's one of those manhwa. Because there's like two different types of manhwa, in my opinion. There's like random isekai, where the dude's like a loser and really wants some bitches and gets dropped into an isekai. And then there's another one where it's literally just like fucking darkness and despair. Like, it is just like fucking not good for your mental health. And I started this, and it was definitely the former when I started it, but it kind of swayed me a bit. It's very entertaining, I'll be honest. It kind of goes like those two I mentioned. It's super cool because it kind of goes in between. We start off with like this main character be like, oh my god, I'm so popular and handsome, and we see this girl and like, oh, they're probably gonna get together. And then he mentions like the wings or whatever, and then like this dude comes out who's basically a praying mantis, and he like murders a bunch of people, and there's like blood and shit, and it's kind of terrifying. And then like, hold on, let me see, like, what the fuck? Look at this shit. Look at that shit. Like, that is not regular isekai stuff. So it kind of like falters in the middle of like where, you know, like what, you know, it like what its genre is basically. And it's super cool too, I'm gonna be honest. It's super cool. Like, all the characters' powers are really, really cool. I love like the power system where everyone's like different bugs and stuff. And you could tell that like the author has a lot of knowledge about bugs, because like they're just talking about different shit that I would know. Like, there's one guy who's like a bee, which is pretty cool, and like this guy who's my favorite character is like, I forgot what his thing is. This guy right here, I forgot what he does, but he like has like fire powers, which is super, super cool. I forgot his like thing. And then there's like one guy who's like a what's it called, a scorpion, which is pretty cool. I wonder if is a scorpion an insect? I was gonna say, I wonder if they're gonna limit it to just insects, or maybe they'll add like spiders and stuff, or you know, or like different animals. Maybe I think that'd be pretty. Maybe not animals. Like, I think if a guy had like tiger powers, that'd be kind of weird. But yeah, stuff like small, like things. You know, like what if a guy just had like mice powers? Oh well, that would basically be a furry, which I'm not really into. Sorry, I'm just dying right now. The main villain is pretty cool. She's cool right now. It's just interesting stuff. I know Volume 2 is gonna come out soon. I think it's coming out in December. I think it's coming out in December. I don't know though. I'll have to check. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this series, so I can't wait for the next volume. And also the cliffhanger at this volume, kind of cool. All right, next we've got a manga that I really liked. We're getting into stuff I really liked. And honestly, the next two could kind of be interchangeably on how much I liked them. But we got Hunter x Hunter. I don't have a good reason for this, honestly. This manga, like, the art isn't great. The characters aren't fleshed out super well right now. You know, like, it doesn't flow very well. It's very, very aged. But it just has a certain charm that I really like. Like, it is so charming. It just feels so innocent and young. And just so, like, so unique. It kind of feels like the author doesn't really have... Or it kind of feels like the author has, like, an exact image in his head of what the world is. And it's just putting it to paper perfectly. Like, the world is great, you know? Like, different things get mentioned and stuff, like different monsters and different character looks and hunters and that type of stuff. And it all, like, makes sense in the world when you think about it. Nothing is ever just, like... It's like the opposite of One Piece, you know? Like, Oda does a good job with tying everything together, but there will be, like, almost every arc, there's a time when it kind of just feels like Oda's just adding characters in because he thinks they would be cool. Like, he just came up with them, like, mid-chapter, and just adds them in. This one, it feels like that, but it feels a lot more concise and a lot more strict, if that makes sense. Like, it feels like he's like, I don't know if I should do that, you know? In Hunter x Hunter, you know? Like, but I'm not saying Hunter x Hunter is better than One Piece. Come on. One Piece is my second favorite series of all time. But I am saying that this is very, very good. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm probably going to buy the rest of it. I know the author's, like, starting up again. He says that, like, every year. He goes, I'm going to start up again. And then makes, like, 3 chapters and quits for another 6 months. But, yeah, I know Volume 37-2 just came out. So, I'm excited. I'm very excited for, you know, whatever's going to come up to Hunter x Hunter. Also, I should probably make in mind, I watched the Hunter x Hunter anime, Hunter x Hunter, whatever you want to call it. I watched the anime up until the Heaven's Arena, I think that's what it's called, Heaven's Arena arc. I got to the end of that, and I just thought it was boring, so I didn't really continue. But, yeah, so all that stuff I already knew. There was some, like, other content they had in there that, you know, just wasn't, like, shown in the anime. Like, there's an entire part where, like, Gon, like, saves a bear, and I thought it was, like, super, super cute. I really liked it. It gives Gon that extra, like, you know, character and, like, ability. That it just wasn't in the anime, which is good. It's a good thing. I don't watch anime very much. I only really watch anime for manga that I've read. Like, the Zom 100 and Blue Lock anime, I ate that shit up. Because I've read the manga. Or, for Blue Lock, I haven't finished the anime, because I only watch what I'm up to. So, anytime I read a volume, I wait a couple days, and I finish, like, the 2 episodes I go with it. I think you know what I mean. Alright. Next, we've got Tokyo Ghoul, Volume 1. I said Hunter x Hunter Tokyo Ghoul could be exchanged radically. Not because they're similar, but because I kind of like them equally. Tokyo Ghoul also is like, I don't really have a reason for liking it. The art is very good, though. Art is impressive. Love the art. I just think the tone of the series is done super well. I think they have the exact tone that they want. But my main, like, I really like this series. I love the line at the end, I think. Where is it? He goes, yeah, I'm neither human nor a ghoul. I'm alone. Like that, I kind of like that. But there's a line at the beginning. Like, there's so many lines in here. Well, there's so many lines that I thought were good, that had good writing. And there's other times where I thought it was getting too edgy. Like, I don't like edgy stuff. I'm going to be honest. I like edgy stuff. Blue Lock. Blue Lock's one of my favorite series of all time. It's very edgy. It's very good, but it's very edgy sometimes. Like, people are calling each other bitches in that manga. You know, like that. It's pretty edgy, but later in the manga, or not later, like early in the manga, he goes like, oh, if I was a manga character, or if I was a book, or I was the protagonist of a book, the genre would be tragedy. Like, shut up, bro. Like, shut up. That's so fucking cringy, bro. Shut up. But there are other lines in here, like the one I just mentioned, that are super, like, I really, really like. And I think that, like, the idea is super good. Like, I like how we actually see him, like, coming up with, like, ideas and stuff. Like, he doesn't just go immediately to eating humans or whatever. You know? Like, he tries other stuff. He's like, oh, maybe this food combination will work, you know? Or, like, what if I do this while drinking this, you know? And obviously it doesn't work except for coffee, apparently. But like, it's cool to see how, like, the author is including him, like, trying different food combinations. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but he's like doing different strategies and stuff. He doesn't just, like, give up after the first time. He does it. Also, if you haven't read these manga, I have not given you a good. Well, there's gonna be at least one person that knows the synopsis of these manga, because they recommended it to me. So, you know, like, eventually, you know, it's one person has to have known, like, what happens in it. You know what I mean? All right, we're down to our final 2. At number 2, we have Uzumaki. I have the entire thing. I read this entire thing in one night too. It took me like an hour and a half, I think. It's okay. Before I start ragging on this manga, because I'm gonna say a lot of bad things about this. First, I should know, it's my second favorite manga out of all these. All right. Also, I really, really like it. Okay, just because I say some bad stuff about it, doesn't mean I don't like it. All right. Okay, where do I start? The horror is amazing. It is immaculate how good the horror is. There's so many times that I was jump scared or squeamish or like shaking, like at the edge of my seat. There's so many times. Like even the first part where like the dad is like his own spiral, that shit freaked me out. And then the mother like stabbing her own ears. Ugh, I did not like that. Scariest part in my opinion, the woman who was like pregnant, like the mosquito zombies, and the woman who was like pregnant and they like stuffed the baby back. Ugh, I did not like that. I didn't really like that very much. Also, around the like last couple chapters, the story gets so bleak and so like desperate and like so like the characters have no way to get out of it and they don't get out of it. But you know what I mean? Like they really have no way to leave the place. Is so good. It's done so well. Like the manga's horror and everything is done so well. The art is so good. Oh my god, I cannot do it services by talking about it. Now let's get into the negatives. Almost every single character in this manga is insufferable. It is crazy how bad these characters are written. First off, there's not many characters to begin with. Do I even remember the characters' names? I don't even think I do. There's the main character, the main character's friend. That's it. And I hate them. I actually hate them. Maybe not the side character as much. The main character is one of the worst, if not the worst main character I've ever read. She is so insufferable. Like, there are people turning into zombies and people, like, murdering each other from these spirals. And, like in the first couple chapters, there's a fucking, like, the water supply has all these spirals and shit, and the fucking sky is all spirally. And she just doesn't want to leave the town. Like, go anywhere else and you will live? And she just doesn't. And she has no reason why. She literally sees her dad, like, basically murdering other people and being obsessed with the spirals just as the side characters stare. And she does nothing about it. Literally, one of the other characters goes to a school outside of the town. And he doesn't leave either. He doesn't leave. Apparently, he wants to be with her. But, like, I feel like your safety prioritizes your guys' relationship at that point. Like, maybe she's not the woman for you. Every single character in this damn manga is insufferable. It's absolutely insufferable. The main character has the worst motivation I've ever read. She is so poorly written. It's infuriating. First off, she's a boring main character to start it off. She's so boring. Alright. Not just her personality, but her character design and her writing as well is so boring. She's basically a Mary Sue at that. Like, she doesn't, get charged for any of her faults. She doesn't do anything wrong in the story. All she does, she's basically a spectator in everything. In every single moment, she's a spectator. She doesn't do one thing in the story that I can think about that was important. She kind of just comments on things. That's it. She's so boring. She doesn't influence the plot at all. She kind of just lets things happen to her, and it's not fun to read. Other side character, I forgot his name, but the black-haired dude, is also incredibly boring to read about. His dad dies, and he just, isn't sad at all. His mother dies, isn't sad at all. Maybe it's because of like he's like grieving or whatever, the shock. But I feel like you would leave the town even if, like if my mom and dad died, right? I'm just thinking about this. I'm trying to leave the town and start a new life. I'm trying to get away from all this. But he doesn't. He doesn't leave shit. Honestly, this could have been a lot better if the main girl was like, by chapter 3, she was like, damn, we should leave the town. And they try and they can't. That would be fine, honestly. And it doesn't excuse the poor writing, but it would be so much better. All the main, like the side characters, mom and dad, both boring characters. The main characters, like mom and dad as well. Such boring main characters. There's one guy, the girl's sister, he's like an inoffensive character. He doesn't do shit as well. All he does is turn into a slug, and that's it. He does absolutely nothing in the story. Like, this is more, this story feels like episodes of just the same horror topic with like 2 of the same characters piled in it and just mixed all together. It actually starts off very episodic, which I find cool, which I do really like. But, you know, like, but there's other characters that are just so boring, and like I just don't care. Like, there's this one girl who like every boy like fantasizes about her, and she meets the side character and he doesn't fantasize about her, so then she becomes obsessed with like having him fantasize about her, and then she fantasizes about him, and then a giant spiral is in her head and she like sucks up a kid. It's really weird and fucked up, and the horror is great. But then she kind of just like disappears or dies. She like sucks herself in. We don't really get told where she went. But yeah, she kind of just like leaves the story, and we don't have enough characters to latch onto. All the characters were shit in this manga. Every single character. There's not one redeeming character. I'm trying to think. Like, there wasn't a single time I was looking at these characters and be like, damn, that's some good character writing. There was one time. And it was when, because I remember it now, it was the Jack in the Box guy, whatever. It was one single time, the Jack in the Box guy. So, basically, he likes the main character girl, and he's just like, oh, I'll just surprise her a bunch of times, which is like, you know, whatever. And then, you know, he like goes out and he like try to give her a present. She's like, hey, listen, I have a boyfriend, can't do this, whatever, being the white knight that she is. And then he's like, but you didn't even know it, at least you could do that much. And like, I'm getting really irritated. The more you pester me, the less I like you. He pauses for a minute and he goes, I guess I didn't take the right approach. I really do like you. How can I show it? I liked that one part in the manga. And then he goes in to jump in front of the car. And fucking dies. And he's used as a horror plot. Honestly, I think this manga could definitely benefit with 1, better written characters. 2, being a bit longer. In the first couple pages, it already starts off with the spiral stuff. You know? I don't need a very long whatever I'm going to talk about, but you could have like maybe 2, 3 chapters of literally just slice of life. Maybe there's like foreshadowing in the back. Like, let's say the characters are just walking and talking, and like you see in the background the water start to spiral, you know, or you see like a whirlwind coming by, you know. I think that would be pretty cool. Or chapter 1's basically slice of life, and then chapter 2 ends on a cliffhanger of the kid's dad going like, oh, have you heard about these? Have you seen these spirals or something? And it ends on that cliffhanger. That would be a lot cooler. But no, it just immediately picks up into these like spiral type shit, which isn't very good, honestly. But I love this manga is great. Honestly, I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I had a fun time. Not gonna sit here and say it was bad, because it wasn't. It was really good. But what takes the cake? What is the best manga that I read, that I was recommended? And it isn't even close. Maybe it's because I read 3 volumes of this and not 1, and that might have helped. but it's real. Real takes the fucking cake as the best manga I read out of your recommendations. When I got to the, what's it called? The third volume, and I got to the point where the main character and Takahashi, I forgot his name. Oh my god. Well, yeah, the three very different presidents. I guess they're all three main characters. But it's Takahashi, like the school bully, and this guy right here. I forgot his name. But they're like, he goes to like their room, and like they're envisioning what would have conspired if they were on the basketball team and if they won, and like they both envision the same things, and they're just like, man, we could have won that one. We could have done it. Like, oh my god, my heart. I cried so many times during that third volume. When he met his dad, I cried. Takahashi is my favorite character. Like, he is such a tragic character. I love him so much, and I can already tell his character arc's gonna be amazing. Like, him, like, rediscovering who he is, and, like, him, like, coming to terms with that he won't be able to move his legs, and him, like, you know, being able, and, like, moving around, and all this and when he, like, meets his dad, oh my god, that was so heartbreaking. That was absolutely heartbreaking, because it's like you see this child meeting his hero for the first time, and like, not for the first time, but meeting his hero again, and realizing he isn't the person he thought he was, and he's just as fucked up as him, and it broke me so much. It hurt. I guess I haven't really talked about the volume 1, though, right? This probably still would have been the best one out of all of them, even if I didn't read volumes 2 and 3, but, like, it's really, really good. I like the main character, how he, like, has to come with terms that he, like, did a bad thing to this one girl. She kind of ruined the girl's life, and he's just trying to become a better person. I love that shit. And I like how he just fails at it so much, but he's still trying. Oh my god, bro. I love it so much. And I love the other guy, how he kind of, like, oh, excuse me, my nose. He, like, pushes himself too hard, and he, like, the red-haired guy, he, like, pushes himself too hard, or he, like, goes too much, and he, like, resents, like, his parent, like, too much, where he ends up, like, injuring his leg or something, or, like, you know, gets cancer, I think, in his leg, and he has to amputate it. I love how he has to, like, come to, like, there's a lot of character coming to terms with things, but he, like, has to, like, commemorate that he isn't the best in the world, even though how much he's already tried, and that, like, I don't know, he hasn't got much character development. His backstory was amazing, though. I love how he kind of just, like, got into running because he was good at it, and he just was super competitive from the start. Like, I loved that. And I loved, like, the analogy, like, he, like, stepped in, and then, like, the shit was, like, sucking him in. Ooh, I love that. I love that so much. Oh, my God, this manga is so good. Alright, that's gonna be it. That's all I'm gonna talk about. Honestly, just read this manga. Bro, okay. Viz, who prints this shit? Viz, can you just reprint this shit already? Please, bro. Please, this and Vagabond. Like, that would be great if you could just reprint all the manga that I want to be printed. Because this manga is great. If this ever got an anime, please... Okay, I don't even want this reprint. Well, I do want a reprint. But usually, if there's an anime comes out, it'll get reprints. Because anime comes out, people want to read it, you know, you gotta reprint it. That's usually what happens. Like, when the Blue Lock anime came out, and, like, they announced the movie and Episode Nagi or whatever, Episode Nagi got announced that they're gonna print it in English, you know? They probably would have already, because Blue Lock is such, like, it makes them money, but, you know. Like, Haikyuu, movies coming out, sell 3-in-1s. Why not? You know, like, God, I love this series so much, bro. I love all these manga. Well, I don't know. Love's a strong word. Up to like Uzumaki, I think I'd say I love. I don't know. I haven't read enough of like all these manga. I mean, it's not a coincidence that the highest two manga is one that is completed, that I read the entire thing, and the other is I read 3 volumes of. You know, that's not a coincidence, honestly. But yeah, that's going to be the entire thing. Thank you for sitting here for 30 minutes for me to talk about 7 different manga. I know, that's really it. I made a community post talking about how I want to do this as a monthly thing. I could, honestly. I don't think my wallet would allow me to do that, though. I love manga, man. I love manga. It's such a fun medium to play with and just to look at and to read and to experience. And I did want to get more about manga recommendations because I don't really have much to read right now. I have like so much shit to read. Like I don't have much to read right now. And it's just nice to like you get like to like have fun and just like to read this type of stuff. Like I've been looking for Full Metal Alchemist, the Perfect Edition is volume 11. Cause like every other volume is in stock except for volume 11. It's just like bitch. So I'm like in the middle of volume 10. This will probably be on the reading log too, at the end of November. But yeah, I am excited. I'm very excited for what's to come with manga in general. A lot of stuff's getting printed. A lot of stuff is... I know Innocent is coming as well, and they're very interested. I heard that Dark Horse is very interested in making The Climber, which I'll definitely read. Blue Lock Episode Nagi, like I mentioned, is coming out pretty soon. I don't know much else. There's some, like, Homunculus is finishing up. I read volumes 3-4. What the fuck? I read volumes 2. No, Omnibus of volume 2. Yeah, that series is fucked up. I don't know if I want to continue reading that. Like, I had to go, like, take a shower after I finished that volume. And just more manhwa coming out. The Horizon is finishing. A lot of things are coming out in December, honestly. That'll be a big haul, because, I mean... December is, like, the biggest... You know how, like, in anime, I think it was October, when, like, Blue Lock, Chainsaw Man, Bleach, Mob Psycho, and, like, other anime were coming out at the same time, and everyone was like, this is the biggest month of anime ever. This is, like, the biggest month of manga for me ever, okay? If Alice in Borderland, The Boxer... Is Boxer coming out? No. The Boxer's coming out next... Yeah, if Alice in Borderland, Blue Lock, fucking, what's it called? The Horizon, oh my god, Sakamoto Days, fucking Kaiju number 8 is next month. I'm looking at my manga right now. Oh, Zop 100's coming out this month. I'm picking that up. There's other manga coming out. I just can't think of them right now. But there's so much. Blood on the Tracks. Blood on the Tracks is coming out. I'll probably finish those next 2 volumes. Windbreaker is coming out. Oh, 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You is coming out. I'm looking all over my collection, man. Dandadan is coming out. Dandadan's coming out? Oh, that's about to be hype. No, that's next month. Oh, next month about to be crazy too, because Blue Box is coming out next month. Go Loser Ranger is also coming out this month, I'm pretty sure. Like, there's so much shit coming out. Oh, fucking Chainsaw Man. Like, there's so much shit coming out this month. I'm just excited to be a part of it, man. At this point, I'm just excited. I'm just excited to be a part of it. I'm looking... Oh, wait, did I forget? Kaguya-sama is coming out. I'll probably read that, too. Oh, and Welcome to Demon School Uruma-kun. Yeah, how could I forget that? And... Daemons of the Shadow Realms coming out. Like, why does so much shit need to come out in 1 month, bro? You trying to make me fucking poor? You trying to make me poor? Alright, we're going to end the video here. It's 34 minutes. I've been talking for like the last 5 minutes about absolutely nothing. Most of you probably already left right now. So, yeah. We're going to end the month. Next video, probably be my reading log, or... I was thinking about doing a review. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I'll have the time. Alright, bye.